Hello and welcome to Module 5, Organize a Space as a Family, and 7 Steps to Organizing Your Home, a family's lasting solution to organizing the chaos. My name is Davina. I'm a mom of 5. I'm a wife of a hotshot trucker, continuous improvement consultant, and I'm a chaos manager by default because of my 5 crazy kiddos. In today's video, we're going to talk about the step-by-steps of how to organize the room of your choice, the first 3 S's of home organization, and how to get the whole family working as a team. All right, so it's time to get to work. And in this picture, you can see that I have my entire family involved. My husband's there helping. My kids are all in various stages of helping. And so we all work together as a family. They all had their own assignments to do, and we just worked and had fun with it. And just a reminder, the 5 S's of space organization are sort, which you identify needed and items from unneeded items and move out those unneeded items. Shine, you clean and inspect the area and keep the area neat and clean. Set and order, these are where needed items are put in a correct place. We have a place for everything and everything in its place. And we standardize. This is the method by which the first 3 S's are made habitual. And then sustain, maintain established protocols as part of our daily work, and it becomes a habit. So sort. The reason why I have the quote, "Do I really need this many coffee cups?" is because when we went through our cleaning of our space, I pulled out a bajillion coffee cups, and I'm the only one in our family that drinks coffee. And so I pared my coffee cups down to 4. I have 2 that I have little lids for that I can take with me on the road, and then 2 little mugs that I can have at home. And they're just my favorite 4 out of the group that I had, and we got rid of the rest, except for a couple that my daughter threw a fit for and didn't want us to get rid of, but they were stored down with the kids' cups. Is you're going to pull everything out of your cabinets, your shelves, and drawers and move it out. And then you're going to sit with your family and you're going to sort through them. And you're going to keep only the items you need. And then you remove unnecessary or duplicate items. So we found several different things. Like I said, the multiple coffee cups. I had several different plastic cups for my kids that were all in various degree of some were faded and gross, some were cracked, and so we got rid of all that stuff and we pared it down to just a couple cups per kid that we kept in the cabinets. And then we dug through our medicine cabinets, and I can't tell you how much expired medicine I threw out because we couldn't see it very, very easily up in the cabinets. So also we sorted through the items by the frequency of use. So if an item wasn't used very often, we kind of set it aside knowing it wouldn't be in the main part of the kitchen. And then we also determined the right quantity of items. Like I said, with the kids' plastic cups, I narrowed those down to about 2 cups per kid rather than like the 50 that we had. And our family worked together as a team and pulled the items out, as you can see here. And all my kids from all their ages dug in and got going, even my little 2-year-old there. And you can see my 5-year-old carrying a whole bunch of lids into the back into the dining room from our kitchen. Then the next thing we did was clean. And so we did everything from sweeping and mopping to scrubbing the countertops to vacuuming out the drawers and wiping them out to make sure that everything was nice and clean before we put everything back in. So you want to make sure you wipe out your cabinets or any shelving, clean off the tops, behind appliances. If you have to pull out your refrigerator, pull out your stove, clean all that, clean off the tops, sweep and mop or vacuum the flooring depending where you're at. And if you can't get something clean, like I mentioned before, we're going to paint it, replace it, or cover it. So those are all the things you'd be doing in this next phase. So if you had an area you needed to paint, this is when you'd get out the paint and get it painted. Or if you have a cover you're going to put over it, this is the time you would do all that. Once you have your space cleaned, then you're going to start putting everything back in place and in order. And so your heavily used items, you're going to put those that are in an easier reach. They're going to be more of with arm's length, not above your head, something you don't have to raise up a lot to get or squat down a lot for. Those are going to be in the items that are going to be closer to your workspace. Also, think about where you do different things in your kitchen or where your space. So if let's say in my kitchen, I have a lot of cooking I do around my stove. I'm going to keep my pots and pans near that space, and stuff that aren't around that stove, I would move them to another area, maybe to where I normally would pull up on the countertop and mix stuff. I'm going to place less used items up higher and out of the way. So like my crock pot juicer or something that I'm not going to use as much of, I might put it up on a higher shelf out of the way. You're going to organize the space with like items together or group items that you use together a lot. So think that about that as you put items back into their place as well. The ultimate objective is even someone not familiar with your space, they should be able to easily find, use, and return something. So when you set things in order, think about that as well. And then the standardization piece to this will also help with that someone being able to find something in your space. All right, so the set in order, it looks better. You go from that jumbled mess in our drawers to having everything organized. Now, the next piece to this was going to be the standardization, which will be the labeling and the taking of pictures to show what the space should look like. So we're not quite done yet. All right, in this next session, we are going to talk about how to create and implement an organizational standard with your family. So how clean is clean? How often will you clean? You're going to learn how to communicate the standards effectively to your family, and then you're going to learn how to monitor how well you are doing and have those discussions with your family whenever you are not meeting those standards. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this module, and I will see you in the next one.